fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution. So before I start, there is a thought in my mind that we often talk about our rights, right? But we do not always think about our duties as citizens. So, as the Constitution of India gives us so many rights, but it also reminds us of our responsibilities, and these responsibilities are known as fundamental duties. Okay, so these fundamental duties guide us to behave properly in the society and to protect our nation's values. These fundamental duties were not originally included in the Constitution, but later in the fundamental duties were added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. On the recommendation of the 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃 Committee. So the fundamental duties were mentioned under Article 51A, and these fundamental duties were originally 10 in numbers. But later, the 82nd Constitutional Amendment Act in the year 2002 added the 11th duty. Now let us briefly look at these 11 fundamental duties. The first one is respect for the Constitution and national symbols. That is, we citizens must respect the Constitution, the national flag and the national anthem. The second one, that is following the ideals of the freedom struggle, which means we citizens must follow the values of freedom and sacrifice. The third one, that is unity and integrity of the nation, which means we citizens must respect must protect our unity of India. And the fourth one, that is defending the country, which means we always be ready to serve the nation when needed. The fifth one, that is promoting harmony and brotherhood, which means we should maintain social unity and equality. The sixth one, that is preserving the cultural heritage, which means India's culture and tradition should be maintained. The seventh one, that is protecting the environment, which means we must care for the nature and wildlife. The eighth one, that is developing scientific temper and humanism, which means we must think logically and respect the humanity. The ninth one, that is protecting the public property and avoiding violence, which means public property should not be damaged. And the 10th one, that is striving for excellence, which means we citizens should try their best in their lives. And the last one, that is added by the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act in 2002, that is the 11th duty, which is providing education to children. That is, parents or guardians must ensure their children's education between the age of 6 to 14 years. Now let me briefly explain the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act and the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, also the 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃 Committee. So the first one, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, is an amendment made in the year 1976, including the fundamental duties, and it is also known as mini constitution or the Constitution of India. The 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002 is an amendment made in 2002 to strengthen the education by adding the 11th fundamental duty related to the children education between 6 to 14 years of age. And the last one, the 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃 Committee, was a committee formed by the government of India to suggest some changes in the Constitution, and it recommended the inclusion of the fundamental duties. Now let me conclude my presentation. Fundamental duties plays a major role in creating a responsible society, and by following this duty, we can create a powerful and protecting nation. Now, I would like to conclude my presentation with a quote, that is, rights gives us freedom, but duties makes us responsible.